These were my Ultra Lone Peak 4.5s that I hiked around with a bit last fall. Um, Mainly Franconia Ridge in New Hampshire. And I actually started the Appalachian Trail in Georgia with these with, I don't know, at tops 100 miles on them. So they lasted me to Station 19E where I got my Ultra Lone Peak 5s. And the reason I got the 5s was because I didn't want to change my shoe style. I actually liked the way the Lone Peaks felt as far as trail contact and maneuverability and grip. But as you could see, there was some toe peeling. I believe the 4.5s, if I recall, were not stitched in addition to glued. So the toe peeled. But the main reason I got rid of them are because on the insoles and where the soles were attached to the uppers, I developed significant tearing. So even though the shoes still worked and were comfortable, I decided to have the Ultra Lone Peak 5s that I bought before my trip mailed to me at Station 19E. And this was the last picture I took of them at Station 19E before I put them in the hiker box because I just couldn't bear to throw them in the garbage. So maybe that's where they are now. I didn't want to ship them home as a memoir, but they carried me 400 miles or so on the AT. So overall, I was very comfortable, but as if you've watched my videos, you knew I was suffering on my left knee with IT band syndrome, and eventually I was getting foot soreness in the Achilles. But at that time, the IT band syndrome, what was dominating my pain up until I got the Lone Peak 5s. So there haven't been a whole lot of videos that I can find regarding the toe peel issue on the Lone Peaks. Everybody compares models. Everybody talks about why they changed to other models or vice versa. But I really haven't found anything on tearing and specifically the toe peel that I've been experiencing. So these are my Lone Peak 5s that I mailed to myself. I actually purchased them before my trip as in preparation for replacing my 4.5s. And you can see I still have this toe peel issue. Now these had a stitch that you can barely see because I have since tried to use glue to hold them together, and there I have a little tear. So I don't know if this is just me, or I do have a habit of stubbing my toe. I don't know if it's because of my progressive glasses or just I'm clumsy. So I do have a habit of stubbing my toe, maybe even dragging my toe. So this could just be unique to me, so I'd be interested in any feedback. But now this is about the same amount of mileage that my 4.5s had when I retired them. And there's still some grip left, but you can see it's wearing. But the other thing is, the rest of this shoe is in really good shape. This is where my 4.5s tore. But there is no tearing on the uppers. Well, starting to see a little wear, but I still say I have some mileage in them. The one thing I liked about the 5s, I never found out why with the 4.5s they decided to double loop this grip. It was useless. You couldn't put your pinky in there or anything to pull them up. But at least they, I don't know how they make that decision. Do they send them off to Taiwan to have them manufactured, and then they come back and they did this, and they're like, oh, well, it's too late now to change the design. But this is a vast improvement over the 4.5s. That aside, there's still life in these shoes. So I was thinking about going into the Outfitters today in Elkton and upgrading, but I really just can't see tossing these at this point. I mean, whatever shoe I get is going to be muddy in a day. And I was thinking about going to the Timps because this piece on the Timps is rubberized and glued, so it looks like it would be a more durable design. But at this point in the game, after 900 miles, I'm really not excited about changing my zero drop or the cushioning or the height, uh, or finding out the timps just don't fit as well. So I'm going to stick these out for a little bit longer until they start tearing in places, because they're really holding up well. But my main purpose of making this video is, how do we solve this toe peel issue? And is it just me or unique to me? As you do know, I mentioned when I was talking about the 4.5s, my dominant issue was the IT band syndrome. But coincidentally, as soon as I stretched my IT band syndrome out and solved that, all of a sudden my Achilles were hurting after 10 miles every day, and all kinds of foot strain and pain. So I picked these up in Dalesville at the outfitter, these Superfeet inserts. And these seem to be making all the difference in the world. So, you know, I don't want to change too many things at 900 miles. Overall, I feel like the 4.5s and the 5s fit and perform the same. And I don't know if the zero drop has been causing me the IT band issues and then the Achilles issues. And so maybe zero drop's not good for me. But on the other hand, it's like, I don't want to change my game now and go with a more cushioned or higher elevation shoe. I don't like the Hokas. I tried those out, and I twist my ankles a lot at the beginning, and I think twisting my ankles with a higher sole would be more catastrophic than with these. I seem to be twisting my ankles a lot less now, so maybe I've trained myself to be a better walker. But anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video because there's nothing out there on the durability of this toe peel issue with the Altras. So anyway, primarily if you experience this issue, I want to hear about it. I want to know what your experience has been. And I want to know if you agree with me that switching to a different style of shoe at this point is not a great idea. If I do buy a new pair today in Elkton, I'm going to stick with the 5s and use these inserts all over again. So let me know what you think and your thoughts, and I don't know. Talk to you soon.